The long anticipated FOMC meeting is tomorrow afternoon, and it's got everybody talking. What is going to happen to Bitcoin? What's going to happen to crypto? We're in this weird kind of like purgatory stage right now where Bitcoin has just been flat over the past couple days. It's really early on Tuesday morning, but I had a lot of folks reach out on Twitter and Discord saying like, Doc, what's going on with the FOMC meeting? What can we expect? So we're going to go over all of that in this video. Going to give you a quick one. I'm going to try to make this under 10 minutes, but before we get started, welcome back to the channel. My name's Doc. Throughout the day, I'm a resident physician, and at night, I take you guys on my crypto and investing journey. Guys, the FOMC meeting tomorrow, it's actually kind of like a special FOMC meeting in a lot of ways, because tomorrow, Wednesday, we're getting our summary of economic projections. And that's important because this only happens 4 times out of the year. And I know you guys all remember December 16th was our last time we had the summary of economic projections. And guess what? Bitcoin shit the bed. Literally, we topped out at this point. We were close to 109,000. And within literally just 2-ish days, we were down 15%, right? So that happened because Fed Chair Powell and the rest of the FOMC committee, they released their FOMC summary of economic projections. And you probably have seen something like this. It's also known as the dot plot. And the reason that Bitcoin had this huge fall down was because on December 16th, right before that FOMC meeting, we were expected to have 4 rate cuts for 2025. But at this FOMC meeting where they had their summary of economic projections, they said, oh no, we're going to revise 4 projected cuts down to 2 projected cuts, okay? And obviously, the market kind of freaked out because the market likes cheap money. I'm going to say that again. The market likes cheap money. So when interest rates are higher, i.e. when we have less rate cuts than we were originally thinking, asset prices go down. And guess what? Assets like Bitcoin and crypto and your favorite altcoins, yes, I'm talking to you, your favorite altcoin, when interest rates are high, it kind of chokes these higher risk assets. So obviously, as crypto and Bitcoin investors, right, you're watching this video, I'm assuming you're in the crypto space, we want lower interest rates, right? Because as interest rates fall, risk assets increase. And we can see so don't overcomplicate this. This is actually really easy to read. So this is the year end of 2024. The Fed, the overwhelming majority of the Fed, what they're projecting here is that we're going to only be at a 50 total basis cut by the end of the year, right? So right now, the Fed economic rate, it's a range. It's 4.25 to 4.5%. And you can see that right there. So the FOMC meeting tomorrow, there's a 99% chance we are not getting a rate cut. Or put differently, there's a 99% chance that the rate is going to stay exactly where it is. But that's okay, right? That's what was projected at the last FOMC meeting on December 16th when we had this huge drawdown, right? Because it was unexpected news. So there's a flip side to this, guys, and stay to the end of the video because I'm going to show you how this could actually be a good thing and how I'm playing it. So we're expecting right now 2 Fed rate cuts, or at least that's what Jerome Powell's telling us. Well, a lot of folks on Twitter and Polymarkets, more on Polymarkets in just a second, they're projecting, hey, we're probably going to get 3 interest rate cuts. So tomorrow, Fed Chair Powell, they're going to release kind of their interest rate decision at 2 p.m. Eastern. Nobody really cares about that. What we're all waiting for is 2:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because that's when Fed Chair Powell is going to give his speech. And what we're hoping for is we're hoping that he hints at one of 2 things. We're either hoping that he says, hey, we may have to cut rates faster than anticipated, i.e., we might need 3 interest rate cuts versus the 2 that we projected at our December summary of economic projections data, okay? So everybody's going to be listening for him to hint these things. And I tweeted this out on December 18th, right? As Bitcoin was falling, I tweeted this out and I said, hey guys, like the dollar is spiking now that there's only going to be 2 projected rate cuts when we were previously expecting 4. So, right, the dollar, it showed strength because of the less projected rate cuts, right? And we know as the dollar goes up, Bitcoin goes down. So we all know we're not expecting a rate cut at this meeting, but we are expecting 3 rate cuts, or excuse me, we're hoping for 3 rate cuts because that's going to be good for risk assets as depicted by our super simplified yet very accurate picture here, right? Only bringing high quality content to you guys. So let's just map this out for the rest of 2025. In June, according to the Fed Watch tool, in June, there's an 80% chance that we're going to have at least 1 quarter percentage rate cut. And then in September, there's another 73% chance that we have that second 25 basis rate cut. Here's where things get choppy. In December of 2025, there's only a 40% chance that we get that third rate cut. Here's the thing. These numbers are changing all the time. I personally think we are going to get 3 interest rate cuts. And if Fed Chair Powell flirts at that at the meeting tomorrow, things are going to be really big. So we said we are going to be listening for Fed Chair Powell to talk about rate cuts and their dot plot, i.e. the summary of economic projections, specifically this dot plot on that document. But we're also going to be listening to see if he's going to mention anything about QT, right? QT is quantitative tightening. That's when the Fed is reducing their balance sheet. And according to Polymarkets, there is 100% chance that QT ends before May. And guess what? This all lines up because after tomorrow, our next FOMC meeting is May 7th, right? So this lines up really well with Polymarket. Okay, so the overall betting markets thinks by May, QT is going to end. And we've gone over this quite a bit, this chart here. Quantitative tightening is when the Fed is reducing its balance sheet, okay? Right now, the Fed has approximately $6.76 trillion on their balance sheet, right? That consists of mostly mortgage-backed securities and treasury bonds. Since 2022, they've been selling these and getting rid of these, right? And when the Fed reduces its balance sheet, it acts as a vacuum and kind of steals money out of the market, and it makes it tough for risk on assets. So we want the Fed to stop this, right? And what that would look like, it would just be like a pause, right? Nobody is expecting that the Fed is going to increase the balance sheet anytime soon, right? That's going to be like years down the road. But we're just looking for this pause. Once the Fed pauses quantitative tightening, also known as QT, risk assets are going to get ready to fly. So that's the big things that I'm watching for this meeting is when we get the updated dot plot, are they going to say, are the majority of the FOMC meeting members, are they going to say, hey, we're projecting 2 rate cuts, or we're kind of hoping it's down here, this number here. We're hoping the majority of members are projecting 3 rate cuts. So obviously that's the first thing I'm looking for. The second thing that I'm looking for is, are they going to hint at them slowing down the pace or stopping the rate at which they are reducing the balance sheet? So here's the thing. Don't get confused by any of this. It's really just 2 things. If you want someone to summarize this and make it really easy for you to digest, consider giving me a sub, like the video, comment down below. I promise I'm trying to take all of this moving data that's kind of chaotic and just boil it down to like simple, easy, digestible videos that you can watch in like 10 minutes, right? When you're walking your dog, on the way to work, on the treadmill, ignoring your girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever, right? That's the goal here. If you are trying to navigate these markets with a solid community, consider joining the Discord. This is completely free. I have absolutely nothing to sell you, zilch. We are simply, our only goal is we're trying to build a rock solid community. And the reason that I'm making this video right here is because someone in the Discord was like, hey Doc, can you break this down? And I was like, absolutely. Like, this is a video that I wanted to talk about anyways, because I'm a nerd, guys. Like, I absolutely love following the balance sheet, the global liquidity. Like, this is my jam. So absolutely, I wanted to make a video out of it. Also down below, so Discord link, completely free, down below in the video description. Also is going to be my BTCC link. If you guys want to leverage trade this market, no KYC, no VPN, you can get a 10% bonus on first-time deposits. There's going to be a little link down below for that. Lastly, I just want to say thanks for all the support, right? I have 6.4 thousand subscribers. I have absolutely no idea. The support's been awesome. I'm coming up to 100 videos, which is wild. If you want to learn more about me, also link down in the description is going to be my website, InvestWithDoc. If you want to get a hold of me, put your email in here. But guys, I want to hear from you. What do you think is happening at the FOMC meeting? Do you think Fed Chair Powell announces QT stopping at this meeting? And do you think they flirt with 3 potential rate cuts instead of the 2 projected ones? Personally, I don't think he's going to say much about, if you made it this far, I'm going to tell you my opinion. Personally, I don't think he's going to mention much about the interest rate cuts. He's probably going to use verbiage like, we're going to watch and wait. We're going to be data dependent. I guarantee like he's going to say that multiple times in the meeting. We're going to be data dependent. We're going to watch and wait. We're going to take a conservative approach. That's fine. We aren't expecting much with the interest rate here. What we do want to hear him say is hint at potentially reducing the balance sheet, right? So I plan on making a summary video Wednesday afternoon because I'm a degenerate. I'm going to go through all of this. So follow along on Twitter, subscribe, like, do all the things. It's super early Tuesday morning. I need to get ready for work. But if you got any value out of this, hit the like button, subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.